morning. I thought today that I would do a little one-card tarot reading with a tarot deck that was a birthday gift to me from a very good friend. The tarot can be used in many ways. Some use it as a divination device. Others use it for creative inspiration, like sometimes when I'm stuck on qualities for a character, that while I'm drawing up their sheet, I will grab one of my tarot decks and I'll just pull a card or two from it and take some inspiration from those pictures that are shown. There are many other ways to use it too. Some people use it for psychological purposes, to grow from the use of the archetypes in the deck. You know, it's a lot more than just what you hear about on the schoolyard as a kid. And today I thought I would use the Chrysalis Tarot because it has some very nice art on it. Here's the back side of the box. And this is one that I had been wanting for a while, but just kind of hadn't gotten around to getting until one day I was surprised to receive it in the mail. It was a birthday gift, as I said earlier. And I haven't gotten to use it very often as of yet. Excuse me. Morning eye itches are so much fun, aren't they? Okay. Through and make sure that I've got all the... See? Isn't that pretty? All the knot cards. That's an interesting sentence. The knot cards. Sure I got them all out, and I did. Okay. So, as you might have noticed, I have itty bitty hands, so shuffling them this way doesn't work. Not always. I mean, some decks I can manage it once I've gotten them, broken enough, but since this is still new, see how little it bends? No. So I have to shuffle this way a lot of the time until the cards get looser. And since we're going to do a one card reading, let's just use this deck to take a general look at the coming day. Today is Thursday, August 11th, it looks like. So let's just take a look at what to guide our lives by for today and what to expect for today. It helps to have a goal in mind when shuffling the deck. And later on I might make a video showing how to do a tool dedication. This has already been done with a very simple ritual for this deck, but at some point I think I would like to rededicate it with a bit of a longer ritual. Now that I know that I'll be using it a little bit more often than for just, occasional consultations. And after you've shuffled it enough times that you feel comfortable, let's shuffle it one more time a bit closer to the mic, shall we? Because I know that there are some people out there that like the sound of cards shuffling, and although this is a stiff new deck and you can't really get the same sound from it as you would my Celtic Dragon deck. The sound of cards is still neat, but once you've shuffled it a fair amount of times, then you want to cut the deck a few times. Some readers don't, some readers do. It's a matter of personal preference. Some go by a set number of cuts, and I just kind of cut until I feel satisfied that everything's all shuffled up. Because for some reason, sometimes the deck likes to shuffle itself in the same ways. I get that a lot with the Celtic Dragon Tarot deck that I use when people ask the same question over and over and over. And I understand that sometimes you do have to ask the same question over and over and over, but I've noticed that it seems to have taken on a personality, shall we say. So, a one card reading. So today we have the Sun. This is the 19th card in the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana deals with the progression of the soul, the story of the soul. Now, the Sun traditionally means brightness and new life and exuberance in a different way from Zero, the Fool. Some decks depict it as a child astride a horse with the sun behind, but this one shows just the sun in a very stylized, very stylish image of the sun. The lighting is not very good today for picking up the cards, so I hope you can see that when my move has been finalized. I hope to have a nice space set up so that I can do nice videos, set the camera up, and actually use my camcorder camera, which my son has kind of taken off with as he attempts to learn how to videotape himself doing his projects. So we're going to have to share that for a while. But the Sun deals in growth, and this one is set up kind of like a sunflower. So again, that's touching more in with the nature and the interplay between the sun and the earth, which are very important things. So let's pay attention to the directions of energy today in between ourselves and our animals and our friends and the people around us, and how that affects us. And the sun is a very giving thing because it's always shedding light. But as we see here, the sun also has a sensitive side, so we want to be careful not to overgive today. And I have a problem with overgiving, as I have been pointed out time and time and time again, and being too trusting. So let's be careful not to be too trusting. Let's see here. Oh, here's a swirl. And the swirl, even though it's not one of the Reiki symbols, it brings to mind Reiki for me. It just needs a couple little additions to look much more like one of those symbols. And Reiki is very nice because it is a divine energy straight from the source. It's beyond, it's before and beyond Chi. So it is just this primal energy that we want to bring into our lives and maintain our contact with. For those of you that believe in God, it comes from God. From those of you that don't believe in God, it comes from source. It just comes from this all that is. And it just simply is. And let's see, here we have a flower with a pearl. flower again is growth and gentleness and beauty. And then there's pearl inside, and the pearl is a lunar symbol and a lunar stone, even though it's not quite a stone. It's not a stone at all. It's just this deposit of calcium and minerals around a grain of sand that was an irritant and an oyster, sometimes a clam. So it's just taking and creating beauty from something that just plain bothers and sometimes hurts. So if we get hurt today, mentally or physically or spiritually or emotionally, let's take the lesson of the oyster and try to work that into a pearl and then add beauty into life. And then there is a very nice gem right here, a little blue gem, and kind of a solar, almost Aztecan setting. And I'm kind of derping on what the blue stones are. I'm kind of thinking sapphire, and like I said, I'm derping on what the sapphire stands for. But aquamarine is coming in really clear for me today. I have some personal associations with aquamarine that I won't go into. And then we got a parrot here that kind of looks to me in some ways like the phoenix from the Asian stories. More of a Chinese phoenix than a Japanese phoenix. And definitely not the phoenix that everyone thinks of when they think Egypt and the deserts. But that still stands for immortality. And notice how it's a kind of a rainbowed color. All the colors. Then here's another bird over here. This side. There we go. More moderately colored, more feminine, whereas this one's more masculine. So let's balance the feminine and masculine today. And then, oh, that was unexpected. Here is the little bird of happiness. And now I think of all my friends from my days in school when I was young. And I forget which of the mothers it was that gave me a little blue bird of happiness. Or maybe it was one of my friends. But I always think of Margie and Candy's mom. Yeah, Margie was Harley's mom, and Candy's mom, I can never remember her name. Bev, thank you. Yes, I think of Margie and Bev when I think of the bluebird of happiness. So let's try to be happy and just appreciate the little things in life today. And that is how one does a tarot reading. Or at least just going off the symbology. There's different types of tarot reading that are more intuitive. But this is today's reading.